get the face camera back on. Boom. We are starting out here, it looks like, in T. Joe Eckhilsberg mode. $5 away from the next face camera expansion milestone by my abacus count here. We've got NJCoffeeJunkie joining us on stream. We're not doing any music tonight because we really don't want to have a copyright thing make us take this VOD down. This is our every 3-month planning stream. NJ is my project manager. Hi, NJ.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. We are just getting set up now. I'm not putting the setting up now sign up because then I might accidentally play the song later. And I don't want to do that because then, once again, VOD gets taken down. So, okay, here we go. We've got the live event chat set up here.
Yes, I'm
Welcome,
actually
everyone.
setting that all up myself too, so I can read everybody's awesome messages.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what I need to put up is the calling in project manager NJ text. Let me see if I can find that. Guest text. What does this say? That says BRB. Calling in NJ Coffee Junkie project manager.
Pop out chat. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna put that guest text. Where can we put that? Put it up here in the upper right. Okay. So now people can see who's calling in. Welcome, NJ. Tiger Kitty Lily says, the camera's so big. Yeah, it gets bigger when people tip, and we are currently $5 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Did I post the tipping link already? I did. Okay. There's a lot going on. We got a lot to get through tonight. If you've never seen one of these streams before, we do these usually every 3 months or so. Once a quarter. And we kind of plot out what I'm supposed to be doing for the next quarter. Now, I have not prepared. Normally, I do this in-game, and I have like a space for it in-game. But we also have a spreadsheet, right, that has all of these categories and each of the months in it. Do we
yes, it does.
We do. Can you send me a link to that via Discord? Because I'm going to want to reference that.
Okay, I will do that in 2 seconds.
Thank you, NJ.
Your
apparently the
darling
stream title's wrong. I'm going to fix that while you pull this.
There we go. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Stream title.
Very good.
Yeah, 1 second. It says morning coffee, and it is not morning. It is evening coffee junkie. Evening NJ coffee junkie.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay. Biscuits and gravy. Which
quarterly?
Okay, so this doc is the one that has the different it has the different categories.
Yeah, but you've been filling that in as I've been putting the signs up anyway, right?
Not lately, no.
Okay. Well, we're going to want to do that today because we don't have the signs or a wall to put them on. NJ's a bit loud compared to Joe. I can turn NJ down a little bit on my end.
Oh, sorry, I'm from New Jersey. I tend to be loud.
It's fine. We appreciate you, NJ.
If you give me, if you would be so kind as to give me about 90 seconds, I can go ahead and I will create.
I'm assuming that was create.
2024.
Yes, let's create a 2024 version of this.
Exactly. Give me 90 seconds to get that done.
Yeah, no problem. I'm also going to boost the resolution on the webcam now that we're kind of larger here.
Thank you kindly. Paste with the formatting, please. And let's see. This is from last year. We need.
Okay.
We need April. Do you want to go from March on?
We probably should do March, April.
Okay.
Go ahead and do March, April, May, June, July, because we're going to want to put stuff out on the horizon, like PlayOnCons in July. We're going to want to mark that on there.
Okay, I'm going to put that in there now.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to send you... I'll send you the link for this.
Cool, thank you. Well, I've got the one...
You're very welcome.
I've got the one you sent me. Are you creating a new... Also...
Yes. I said I was going to.
Okay.
For 2024, starting in March.
Gotcha. So, okay, so you're not just adding to the existing file, because with the 2023 and the 2022, you're creating a new 2024 one.
Yes.
Okay.
But I need just a few minutes, if that. I have 90 seconds for me to not derp this.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Okay. And we're going to do 2024 quarterly planning. Would help if I could spell that correctly. Awesome sauce. And I'm going to make sure to share it with you as an editor and send. That's now in your email, but I'm also going to grab the link and I'm going to post that in our chat for you.
Thank you. I see that. Opening that now.
Fantastic.
It says I need access. Oh, because yeah, that's
oh, for crying out loud.
I'm not logged into my business account on this computer because obviously I don't trust this computer because this is the one I run games that people send me on.
If you request access,
I can hold on. I'll open it on my laptop. Oh, give me a second. Hold on. My back is killing me. This is like too much twisting, but I got it. I got it. Got my laptop.
Lord of mercy on my soul, Joe. So hi, chat. I'm gonna entertain you.
Turn the lights out. It's a statement. NJCoffeeJunkie us.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So,
hello everyone.
Okay.
Anyone recommend a type of pie? My go-to pie is pumpkin or sweet potato. Okay. Although a good apple pie is good.
Okay. Let's see if Tennessee Game Days... let me move my mic this way so I can be hopefully louder. Let me see if Tennessee Game Days has announced their fall date. Sometimes they announce it right at their spring one. Nope. Tennessee TGD Fall is not announced yet.
Yeah, last I heard they had not yet announced.
Okay. And it's too early for me to make any other plans for the, like, travel plans for the fall, because I really need to see where we end up on the wedding and honeymoon stuff.
Yes. I haven't really set any, I haven't,
What?
We'd put PlayOnCon in the same block.
Well, that's because it is, yeah, it goes in July meetups, so of course if you're going to type it in, and I'm going to type it in, we're going to put it in the same one, yeah. Okay, well, anyway, thank you very much. Speaking of the same one, thank you to Judo1, Tippin10, who says, watching with my daughter, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Joe, good luck getting through the next quarter. Yeah, we're going to do our best to get through the next quarter. Here we go. It's time to expand. Jost, do-do-do-do. And we are going to lower the Joe pasty now to 42%. So thank you very much, Judo1 and your daughter, for the wishes toward next quarter. Alrighty. Okay. So if you've never seen one of these quarterly planning streams before, we usually have a few categories that we try to plan for each month. We don't always fill in every box, but it's kind of one of those things where, like, if we don't fill in every box, there's usually a good reason why. Okay. So this is going to end up with me putting a bunch of stuff on my calendar, a bunch of stuff on my to-do list, and also figuring out, with NJ's help, what I can delegate to other people. Weird Uncle 9 says, no lie, not a big fan of the big camera, but I like the uniqueness. Yeah, don't worry. It'll keep getting bigger if people keep tipping. We are only 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. So, yeah, it'll be easier to see through as it gets more transparent. Okay, so for each month, the categories we have are celebrate, benefit, build, try, meetups, and other. So, okay, so April, under benefit, we have TBA charity event. Let's just put that.
All right, I'm going to put that in for you. Yeah, as far as I know, there aren't any on the calendar.
Yeah, that is going to be the weekend before the eclipse. So, but I
Okay.
cannot share any other details about that at this time, including who it benefits, but it is going to be on my calendar. So, let's see. We need to put that on there. We got another tip rolling in. Oh, it's dark out. Let's use the bed real quick in Minecraft. Let's see who this next tip is from as well. Why is the camera so high? It's really going... Okay. We got a tip rolling in for 15 from Bikini Bro, who says, here's for a sticker pack to decorate your calendar. Love you guys, Bikini Bro. Thank you so much for that. That is going to cause us to expand. Oh, expand. Jost. Do.
Yay.
Then we are going to lower the opacity now to a frigid 32%. Thank you very much, Bikini Bro. Okay, that puts us now 20 even from our next face camera expansion milestone. We appreciate you. Okay, so that's the only upcoming charity thing that I think we have, because there's no draw for this summer, to my knowledge, or nothing announced, right?
There's nothing announced, and because of some stuff going on, we might have to have a conversation to push any events back to the second half of the year.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not looking like the summer event is going to happen right now, based with what we've got going on.
So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for stuff, but basically it sounds like I've got one charity event on the calendar for the whole year, and that's in April. There might be smaller things that we can pick up along the way, so we'll be keeping an eye out for those. But yeah, so we basically have completed that entire column there, at least for right now. For March, April, so we've got Celebrate. Let's see, holidays that are coming up. St. Patrick's Day is coming up like a week away, right? It's super soon.
Saturday. Saturday or Sunday? I think it's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, March 17th. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to make a St. Patrick's-y episode. Let's see. So this is one of the reasons, though, that I kind of liked having this all-in-one file, because I want to scroll back, but I can open up the other document. So what did we celebrate during these times in previous years? We had Team Holland's Van Gogh event one year in March, and then another year in March we had St. Patrick's Day, Spring Break, Ides of March, Women's History Month. Yeah, I'm not really prepared to do anything for any of those. In April, April is National Poetry Month. There is something interesting there if I can get some poetry writing done. Let's see, what else is April? Earth Day, Yuri's Night, April Fool's Day. Go ahead and put April Fool's Day on there, because I'm not sure if we're going to do anything with the Hermits as a group, but even if we aren't, I can maybe go screw with Cleo.
Much to her delight.
Yeah. Oh, NJ, do you have the stream up?
I do.
Okay, I recorded this off camera, but as a special treat for everybody who is joining us for this quarterly planning call and is like, this isn't very HermitCraft. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what this is right here, NJ? You know what I'm looking at?
The Kitty Cafe.
It is the Kitty Cafe. And NJ named both the kitty and the cups. So if I go find one of these cups here and I hover over it, right, it'll say coffee.
Yeah.
You're on delay. But yeah, so you see how you hover over that and it says coffee, right? So NJ had named this cat Atlas and this cup Hot Chocolate, but I fixed it.
You mean, oh, that's cute.
Shh, don't tell her. That'll be in the next episode.
Oh, Cleo is
just little low-grade pranking there. Okay.
I ain't no snitch.
Okay, great. Yeah. Oh, did I see the book return? Oh, did she put like a big sign up, only return my books or something? Let me see. I gotta see that if so. Books from this establishment only, please. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and record that sign.
You are. Oh, that's.
Okay, that's fantastic. But okay, so yeah, for April,
NJ!
April Fool's Day. For May, okay, I need you to put in May under try.
Yeah.
I need to contact Vin Shoken about Q4 music project. I've got a project where I need some music done by like last week of November, first week of December. But Vin is a student and works hard in like exams that time of year, but doesn't work
Uh-huh.
hard over the summer. So I basically need to reach out to Vin as soon as school ends in May about getting some flute and drum music with a little bit of singing in there. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, let's see. Also, so November 4th, under or sorry, not November, or not November 4th, just November under other.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
actually, let's put it under try. Let's put Q4 music project wrap up, and then December put Q4 music project release.
Q4 music project release. Okay.
Okay. So I
All right.
can't
Those are in
share
there.
any details about those now, other than the fact that I realized I was originally going to do all the music for this project myself, a cappella. And after
Uh-huh.
seeing how people responded to my singing docs thing, yeah, that's we learned something there. Yeah. So, uh, but yeah, this is a very silly project that I expect to make no money. This is the sort of project that people will be like, yeah, this is why Joe is broke all the time. Why would he do this? But I think they'll think it's funny. So that's why. That's why I'm doing it. But yeah. So yeah, Q4 music project. Um
Yep. That's all
yeah,
here.
very fun. Okay, so that's definitely something that I've started to prepare for now. I've
Okay,
got
good.
a collaborator who's going to help me with some of the writing for that. I just talked to earlier this week, and we're gonna start working on that shortly. So I'm very excited about this. But okay, so let's see what else we got. So actually, I want under try for March put Q4 music project research because I'm going to be doing some preliminary research and writing with my writing partner on that this
Fab.
month.
Okay.
So that's going to be my this project is going to probably end up running most of the year. Um, actually, under when will I have time to do art direction on this? Probably around this. Probably gonna go ahead and put under June try Q4 music project art direction because I'm gonna need to commission a few illustrations to go with the music.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna have the money for that until probably after the until after I figure out the budget for the wedding. So
Mm-hmm.
we still have no idea when the immigration stuff is going to go through, but I feel like by June I should have a good sense of like where we're at financially and be able to start making decisions. Even if the decision is okay, we wait until October. I don't because this is a project that I'm working on so far in advance. I'd like to not do
Mm-hmm.
everything last minute. I want to do it right. But, you know,
Of course.
if we have to frantically throw this together on October, it'll still be funny, but I want it to be funny and well executed. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm going to be working on project research for that. In April, under try, I want you to put writing/creativity retreat. I mentioned on stream a little bit ago. Some of you guys might have been
Mm-hmm.
here, but it was a morning stream, so y'all might not know. I realized when I was looking forward to my honeymoon, talking to my fiance, I kept being like, "Oh, yeah, and you know, this will be a great opportunity for me to sit down and work on some music. And oh, there's this writing project I wanted to do, and there's that project I wanted to get ahead on." It's like without being distracted by the computer, I can get all this stuff done. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, that's maybe not the most romantic honeymoon. I should maybe take a few days to try to work through my creative backlog in April because the
Mm-hmm.
earliest we could possibly get married is probably May, depending on the immigration stuff. So that
Yeah.
way I'll have kind of gotten some of that backlog of creative stuff out of my system before the honeymoon and I can just focus on being present for my future spouse. So yeah, that's A little bit worrisome because I'm nervous about taking time off work right before I'm about to be taking more time off work. So just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/showhills and YouTube Super Chat. But, I figure we only get one honeymoon, and I know this about myself. I know that I need to come into that with like a clean plate in terms of creative backlog, or at least less pressure. Because right now I'm feeling just a lot of pressure. It's like, oh, I never have time to get everything I want to work on worked on. So
clean plate, clear head.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So that's
I recommend that too.
yeah. So writing creativity retreat, taking a few days off in April.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. In terms of, we're gonna come back to the build column because that's like the in-game Minecrafty stuff for the most
Yep.
part. We're gonna
Yeah.
come back to that. I'm trying to get all the other stuff out of my head first. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we're in the info dump phase.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
So
Okay.
you're info dumping, I'm shoveling into the different spots. So
Okay.
we're all
So
good.
for
Go ahead.
celebrate July, go ahead and put my birthday.
Of course.
I'm looking at the previous years, seeing if there's anything that we had in here. Okay, let's see. June, we're going to have Pride Month. So we're probably going to do, usually one of the Patreon towns will host a Pride parade. I'm hoping, that means though we need to already have judged our city build contest.
Uh-huh.
The other big thing is I'm probably going to have to move in late June in late May or early June. So go ahead and put in other for May, moving prep, and then June, move and new studio setup. Yeah, under other. So we're gonna have to really kind of
Way ahead of you.
Okay, great. That's gonna be the
Mhm.
big thing. Okay. Let's see. August is gonna be back to school. Okay.
I'll put that under other.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit distracting.
Mhm.
My trips are way lighter than usual since we don't know when the wedding or honeymoon are going to be. I haven't scheduled almost anything. So we're going to fill that in as we
Here.
get further into the year.
Mhm.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to keep brewing some of these fireproof potions because we're going to
Good
go
call.
and hopefully, whoops, probably I need to put awkward, or not awkward. I need to get netherwort first in there. We're
Yes.
going to hopefully go look for some netherite at some point. Maybe not tonight, but
Ooh.
I need to make a lot of fireproof potions for that.
Well, yeah, especially if you're using beds or TNT, because everything goes splody.
Yep.
Me, I like beds.
Okay, so looking at events and meetups and things like that.
Mhm. Well, you've got PlayOnCon in July,
Yeah.
and there's potentially PAX Unplugged in December. I'll put that
Yeah,
in.
go put PAX Unplugged in December, put
Mhm.
Music City Multicon and Tennessee Game Days in October.
Okay, so Music City Multicon and TCG Fall
Yep, because those are both
or
in town
TBG
here,
Fall.
so I don't have to worry too much. Like, even if I'm broke, I can
Mhm.
get somebody to drop me off over there, not get a hotel. It's fine.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a possibility that I might take a field trip with my brother for ICCC in October, depending on how everything pans out, because
okay,
he usually goes every year,
put that on
and
there.
I
I
know
haven't actually gone. Um, but like the
I'll get
number one
I'll
reason
get
to
the
go
dates
would be
for
to
you.
meet you.
Well, I want you to
I
meet
mean,
my
I've
brother
met you
too.
in yeah. Well, but I mean to meet up with you to hang out. You know what I mean? Like NJ
I
and
know
I have hung out
exactly
in the
what you mean.
past many times, but it's always a
Yes.
delight. So I would like to do it again. That sort of thing.
Yeah, and
Um,
my brother is cool, so
yeah. I'm excited to meet him.
yeah.
So and
Okay.
then also
What
since
else we got?
hopefully Badger will be here by then, Badger will get to meet both of you too, or hang out with both of you. So
Yes.
that'd be fun.
Yes.
Okay, so November we're gonna have Thanksgiving. December we're gonna have Christmas.
All right. Yes, I'm adding those in. And then Halloween in October.
Halloween in October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just
Uh,
thinking this through. Yeah, this all seems good. Bum, bum, bum. Love Tropics is usually in November, right? So
um,
why not put Love Tropics question mark with November? Will
Badger would know. She'll
Yeah,
tell
but
you.
Badger's I don't think here. But either way, that's still like 8 months away.
Well, we can always ask offline. That's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
big deal. There's plenty
Well,
of time to
they
ask.
I don't think they have a date yet necessarily. So like I'm just saying like we need to keep in mind that that will be toward the back half of the year at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's
Um,
already on here now.
okay, great. Thank you, NJ.
Yep, of course.
Okay. So we've got most of the non-HermitCraft stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to
Yeah,
figure out the HermitCraft stuff.
yeah. The only things that aren't on here that aren't HermitCraft are I know that you always try to pop in or something for the charity events that I run.
Yeah, do you know when you've got some of those coming up? Like what your charity slate looks like for this year?
Well, right now, my first one is tomorrow night. Fundraising for an org that I strongly support called Stream for a Cause. But the three big ones that I do,
Mm-hmm.
May 5th is American Cancer Society. That's on my birthday.
Okay.
Then August 16th is American Heart Association. That is to honor my parents. And
Mm-hmm.
then October 27th is for leukemia and lymphoma.
Put each of those in there with a question mark. I can't commit to them today, but I want to be aware of them and do what I can.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get those on there. And then yeah, we'll figure that out
Yeah,
as we get closer to each date. Because especially because like I said, like August 16th isn't likely to be when I'm getting married, but it could be. So I really don't want to overpromise. You know what I mean?
I will tell you right now that August
Yeah.
16th is a Friday.
Okay. But still, like if I'm getting married the next day, I don't. It might be like, hey, I can tweet this out or post about it on Tumblr, but I might not be able to attend. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like helping set up stuff or receiving people flying in or something.
Well, being that we would be some of those people, yeah, that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. And that's
I'm
what I was telling you about
or
earlier.
even at that point, you might be streaming from my studio for the event.
That would be amusing as hell, not gonna lie.
It would be, but I once again just put me in with a question mark there because I don't know what
I,
exactly this looks like. So
I'm putting the dates and my initial, well, NJ,
yeah,
in there for you so that you have a reference of, oh, why is this here? Oh, because it's NJ's event.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. No worries. And thank you for letting me put that in there. I know that you're always very supportive, so it's
I do what I
appreciated.
can. I just don't want to overpromise when so much is uncertain. So
You
yeah,
never have to promise anything with me. You're always
fantastic.
welcome.
So looking at the columns here on this list, we've got a pretty good fill out for celebrate and benefit. Meetups is light, but we knew it was going to be because of the uncertainty about the wedding. Um,
Yes.
what we have on here, though, the big column that's HermitCraft facing
Which is the build
is
column, yes.
is the build column. That
Mhm.
is that is the most important column in a lot of ways. This is where I try to figure out kind of the pacing of my season and how stuff is going to go over the course of the season. This is probably what you out there are most excited about. So let's see. So in March, I under build put glass and wool collective collabs. Actually,
Mhm.
you know what? Just put. I've got a log collective collab thing too. Just put collective collabs, uh,
Okay.
because
Collective
I've
collabs.
got 3 collectives I'm in, and each
Mhm.
collective is trying to get the shops off the ground with varying levels of success. But hopefully we can get that sorted soon. Also, so yeah, we definitely. So that's going to be, I think, the big focus of the back half of this month is just going to be, I'm going to be doing some work over here mining this out, but the meat of my episodes will probably be me collabing with the different hermits.
Mhm.
Also, somebody told me that I could just come over here and kill these ghasts, and I'm not 100% sure how to do that without releasing them from the thing here. Oh, hey, that worked. How do I get the stuff?
Kindle says you hit them with a sword.
Oh. Hey, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yay!
Yay!
You
I wanted
are.
some ghast tears for my potions. Uh-oh. What happens?
You hit them from the back, put the carts back in the chest. That's what Bikini Bro said.
Okay. Okay. So that gives us some ghast tears for our thing. I'm assuming that this is the cart chest here. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we're not going to take all of them, but just a few. Okay. So, let's see. So build, yeah. So collective collabs are going to be the focus probably of this month. For April, go ahead and put down, that's going to be, I'm hoping to get the tough and calcite shop is going to be the one that I get to last probably, because I don't have tough or calcite right now, but I have everything else pretty easily. I think I'm going to naturally get some tough and calcite as I get further into this process and dig out where the main museum building is going to go. So put, yeah.
Oh.
So
what am I putting in April? To be more specific?
Put tough shop, comma, you know the acronym for the Joe's Ostensible Museum of Technology, JOMOT? Yeah, so put JOMOT. No, there's no E. Just JOMOT. Yeah, there you go.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
So right now I'm terraforming and I'm working on the collective stuff. Hopefully the month after that, when I start putting in the actual building, I'm hoping there's some tough underneath it. If not, I can go behind Duck's tunnel bore. But I have to give him some time to get the tunnel bore moved further away from where I want to. Doc says I can use his tunnel bore once the tunnel bore is safely out of range of my meddling, not mechanism.
Yes, after what happened last season, it's probably a good idea to let him get some space between where you want to dig and where it is now.
Yeah.
Because repairing it is an absolute nightmare.
Exactly. So we're going to let Doc get another few weeks of progress on the tunnel bore. Then we're going to go behind it and dig out any tough and calcite. So
Beautiful.
We'll be working on the museum at the same time. Let's see. Okay. So we launched HermitCraft season 10 the beginning of February, correct?
Yes, it was like the first weekend of February.
Okay.
I think February 2nd were the first round of videos.
Okay, great. So we should be aiming to have hermits ready to start claiming sculpture islands by July 1st. So we don't necessarily need all the terraforming done by July 1st, but we want to have we want to have the labyrinths marked out and the sculpture islands marked out by July 1st. So
so what are we putting down for May and June then?
Well, I want to work backwards. Under July, put
under July.
Put Hermit Holmdel ribbon cutting.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun.
So we need to work backwards from the ribbon cutting to figure out like what the steps are. Okay. So, boy. In a lot of ways, the steps are mine all this out and then mark the roads and areas. Get the lagoon in. Go ahead and put under March lagoon, spray pools, because we've actually dug out most of the area that the lagoon will go in right here, and so we can, in the very least, try and get the lagoon I filled in and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. Okay, so if we get the lagoon and the spray pools, under, let's see, go ahead in May and put
Yes.
water tower
Mm-hmm.
and Bell Laboratories Road.
Okay.
Okay, so that's distinct from the Belt Road because that's the road that goes all the way out to the water tower.
Mm-hmm.
Under June, put complete Belt Road and Labyrinth terraforming. So when we think about how much time that's going to take to get all that terraforming done, I think it's time to revisit our Saturday night Dracula streams. Some of you may remember that I
Ooh.
used to do like sand collecting, terraforming, basic Minecraft tasks every Saturday night while reading books. And we read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe. We read Dracula. We've done some other poetry and things like that. I am in the process now of trying to select another novel to read on Saturdays. I'm currently reading Utopia by Thomas More.
Oh, a
It's
great choice.
it's really good, but I'm not sure if it's a good fit. Has anybody here read Utopia by Thomas More? This is proto science fiction. So the book Utopia was written in like the 13th century, I think. It might be the 14th century. Let's see. Wiki Utopia. Let's see.
It's definitely on my list to
Disambiguation.
read in full.
Oh,
I
sorry.
haven't been
It was written
I
in
haven't
1516. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
go on, NJ. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I haven't been able to read a book because of my glasses for quite some time. I finally got reading glasses, so
Yay.
it's on my list of books to read.
So one of the things about the the book Utopia is in some ways
Mhm.
it's one of the foundational works for like modern science fiction.
Mhm.
Like the concept of dystopian cyberpunk futures and all of this stuff is based on this one book from the 1500s by Thomas More about a Portuguese traveler running into him and telling him about this society he met and lived with for 5 years in South America.
Mhm.
And they called their island Utopia. And it's kind of um it's kind of political satire, but it's also got some ideas in there that Thomas More believes are genuinely good. It's kind of a mix of ideas that he thinks are great and ideas that he thinks are interesting. And
Mhm.
he coined the word utopia,
Yes.
which is now like such a fundamental kind of feature of stories that I think it's worth exploring, but I want to get through the whole book before I decide if it's a good choice to read. Um, Quality says, I missed the list of what you have read, but have you done Frankenstein yet? I have not done Frankenstein yet. That's another really solid one. Let me see if I can find. I had a list somewhere.
I want to say that that should definitely be in the public domain.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's definitely in the
Yeah.
public domain.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find this list. Okay. Okay, where did I put this? The problem is I search for a word like books and
Mhm.
it's like, well, that's going to be a lot of things. That's a very long list of notes with the word books in it. Okay. If I search for Frankenstein, which should have been on the list. No. Okay, well, it wasn't on the list then. If I search for Dracula,
Strange.
post Dracula Saturday readings. I had Franz Kafka, Anthony Trollope, Voltaire, Lucian of Samosata, True Story, Thomas More's Utopia. I need to add Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. I was almost thinking
Mhm.
of doing Jules Verne's Time Machine or
Oh,
Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
both good choices.
Yeah. I don't really want to do War of the Worlds because I feel like that's been reinterpreted for radio enough that you don't need the Joe Hill's take of it. Hold on. Under the Sea. I'm trying to type Under the Sea while saying of. Trying to say one preposition while typing another is not my skill set exactly. So we're gonna, yeah. So a lot of people are saying they want a second Frankenstein. Yeah. Frankenstein is definitely on the list. Quality, you can say whatever you want. I mean, within reason, follow the rules. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy.
Ooh, The Picture of Dorian Gray. That is a really good story.
Laureate Max says, how do you read
Love
while
that.
playing? Do you just stop and read every 100 blocks removed or so? No, I put a window with the text of the book right below the window I play Minecraft in. And then, like, I do simple tasks like shoveling out a desert or digging out a mountain where all I need to do is not break my pick or shovel. And basically, I'm just kind of on autopilot. Would
And not
Walden
get
be an option? I don't really know. I'll put it on the list. It's not my first choice, I'll tell you that. I would almost rather do Walden 2 by B.F. Skinner, but I don't think it's in the public domain. But like, I think if we were gonna read Utopia, reading Utopia and then following it up with Walden 2, which is a utopic novel by B.F. Skinner. B.F. Skinner is notable in regards to video games because he's the psychiatrist who came up with the concept of the Skinner box, which is the idea that if you put like a rat in a cage where there's a button that it can press to get food, it will press the button when it's hungry. But if you have a button that sometimes dispenses food and sometimes dispenses nothing, the rat will sit at the button all day and press it because it doesn't know if it will dispense food or not. And this is foundationally the basis for all sorts of free-to-play video games that are filling the App Store today.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying that this was a good thing, but, you know, it's one of those don't create the torment matrix type of cautionary tale things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes could be interesting. More of it's in the public domain than used to be, right?
I believe so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Is The Hobbit in the public domain yet? That's like soon, right? That's a question for the chat, not for you, NJ. I feel like it's not yet, but it will be very soon.
Chat is saying no, it is not in public domain yet.
Gotcha. That's okay. Not for
Oddly
a while.
enough, that was the only Tolkien book I could get through from start to finish was The Hobbit, and I really enjoyed it. But I tried reading Lord of the Rings and I hated it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please don't come at me. It's just it wasn't my cup of tea. No disrespect.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. So let's go ahead and think about this. So basically, in the next, okay, so we said we wanted to start reading these in like May, but I mean, ideally,
It started saying May.
Ideally, the earlier I can pick something and move forward with it, the quicker we can get all this terraforming done, and the less I'm going to feel pressure to do this terraforming during the other weekday streams.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and say, okay, so this upcoming Saturday is March 16th.
Yes.
I don't know if I can see, the problem is I don't know if I can find a book that I want to commit to in the next 5 days because I really want to review the book and make sure. Like, I started doing Don Quixote and I hadn't read enough of it to realize that, like, y'all, I don't know if you know this, but Don Quixote is basically the Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness of contemporary literature for that era. It is really, Like, no, like it's like, you know,
it's something, all right.
I was not ready. Like, we read Dracula on stream, and it's like, hey guys, there's some murder in this, there's some blood, blah blah blah.
You
But
knew what you were walking
I knew what
into,
I
but
was
you
walking into
didn't
because I
open
had
the
read
door all the
Dracula
way, did
before.
you?
But with Don Quixote, there's like, it's like hyper violent. It's like there's incredibly graphic descriptions of these sword fights and like ludicrous amounts of blood spraying everywhere in like high detail. It, like I said,
Mhm.
I was not
It's
expecting
still Bill.
Don Quixote versus the Army of Darkness starring Bruce Campbell. But
Mhm.
it was just, maybe I was like, you know what? This might not be the best choice for a chill stream. Hold on, NJ.
Oops.
I gotta mute and blow my nose. You're still gonna be able to hear me, but they won't.
That's perfectly fine. Quick chat. You wanna ask me something? Ask now.
I'm back. I'm
Supplies are
back.
limited.
Foot pedal. Haha. Okay. Gulliver's Travels in the Burning World might fit in. Yeah, that's the thing, is I kind of want to do like a history of science fiction and horror. And so Frankenstein is like a pretty logical next choice. I've read through Frankenstein. Bikini Bro says, "What about Plato?" I have been strongly considering Plato's Republic, but I feel like that's almost too pretentious. It's not as fun as Dracula. Gatsby is in the public domain now, so that actually is a viable choice.
That was one of my favorite novels in high school.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, yeah, Pug the Master says, what I'm hearing is I need to read Don Quixote. It's really good. Yeah, Franz Kafka stuff I think is all in the public domain. So Metamorphosis and oh, I forget the one where he's on trial. It might be called The Trial. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head either.
Yeah, Philip K. Dick I don't believe is in the public domain yet. We only want to do stuff in the public domain. So yeah, that's a constraint. So yeah. Classy Cashier says Plato's Republic is viable if you really lead into the dialogue of Greek dudes dunking on each other. Higher order failure, first time chatter. You know, I love that, like, somebody who you might have been lurking for weeks, but you're like, okay, I gotta say something here. All of Kafka is great. Kindleless MC says Arabian Nights. DIY Bucky says there's at least one Vonnegut in the public domain. Ooh,
Let's
is it
go.
Player Piano? Is it Player Piano? Because I have been waiting for Player Piano to get into the public domain.
Let's go.
That I want to read. Okay. So let's
We
see.
we need to know this info, chat. Help us out, please.
Yeah, his few stories in the public domain. Okay, so he's got 3 short stories: 2BR02B, which I'm guessing is 2 baths. Henry Bergeson and the Big Trip Up Yonder. Okay, so it seems like most of his stuff, his novels are not in the public domain yet. Arabian Nights and Dracula are both obviously great choices because they both have pinball machines associated with them. Let's see.
But of course.
Yep. Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest. You know what? I'm going to put Oscar Wilde on there. That's a really good suggestion. Somebody witty and from back in the day is... Yeah, that's actually, I think, one of the things that was kind of missing from some of these was I felt like Dracula actually has a little bit of humor in it. There's some really great low... It's like slow burn, subtle comedy, but... I was like, I want something that's got a little bit of fun to it. And I got to Don Quixote and I was like, no, not like that. That's a little bit too much.
That's the raw, that's the not,
yeah,
this is mature stream fun.
This extreme hyper violence is maybe too much for me. But
save it for Tarantino.
Yeah. Slow down there, Tarantino. Okay, but yeah. I'm thinking though, Oscar Wilde is very witty and would be a great choice. Okay, so
Ideas.
Yeah, so I think what we want to say is I'm gonna put on my to-do list to do. Okay, so new. Select next novel by. I'm gonna try and have it by this Saturday, but what we might end up doing is we might end up saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna read a chapter from each of these things over the course of the next few weeks and kind of see what makes sense." I hate starting something and not finishing it, but if I don't give myself a deadline, I'm never gonna get any of this done. Hey, Stephanie Hall, we're having a talk with NJ, who is calling in, my project manager. And we are currently discussing Saturday night reading stuff to get the terraforming stuff knocked out. Very excited about making this terraforming bit more of a background element. I've been sick recently, for those of you just joining us, and kind of as I've been recovering, I've been spending a lot of my time over here working on this because it doesn't require me to be fully mentally competent. And I'm not, or at least I wasn't until recently. I'm slowly catching up. But yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks. So I made the most of it by knocking out a bunch of terraforming. But we want to focus on more creative stuff. Stephanie also says, so you're taking suggestions for the books to read. We're taking suggestions for things to consider. Oh no, I wasted a gas tier. These are garbage potions. Dang it. Mundane potions. Got it. If I chug these, I think nothing happens. I just need to empty the bottles.
What are they?
Yeah. Mundane potions.
So they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, because I didn't make them awkward first. Blank Space Zero says, excited for Joe Hill Streams to become my new book club. Yeah, so it has to be something in the public domain. Ideally, I want it to intersect with science fiction and fantasy, but that's not a must-have. I want it to have a little bit of wit to it, although it doesn't have to be necessarily a pure comedy. So we got a few suggestions just to review the list that I'm going to go through later this week. We have Franz Kafka, Anthony Trollope, Voltaire, Lucian of Samosata, True Story, Thomas More's Utopia, Mary Shelley Frankenstein, Jules Verne's Time Machine, Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Walden by Henry David Thoreau, Walden 2 by B.F. Skinner. Not sure if that's in the public domain. Well, I'm going to have to find that out. Public domain, question mark? Public
you were going to look that up.
Domain. Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Plato's Republic by Plato. And Oscar Wilde, TBD. Pritchie says, what about The Invisible Man? That's not a favorite of mine. Maybe now that I'm older, if I reread it, I would like it more, but it's just not a top choice for me. But thank you very much to Raymond for tipping 5. That's going to get us now 15 away from the next Face Camera expansion milestone. We've done a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff, but his stuff is more short stories. Yeah, Vonnegut, the question is, like, it doesn't seem like his novels are in the public domain. I'm still going to be doing this in 10 and 20 years, so that'll be something to look forward to. Not a big fan of Animal Farm. It's not my favorite.
I don't know if I actually got through that or not.
I got through it, but it's a little bit Orwellian for my taste. Just kidding. Buffy Swag says, I don't recommend Plato's Republic for enjoyment. Not much of a novel to read for pleasure. More something to study. DIY Becky says, Moby Dick so we could learn a ton about whaling. Okay, actually... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't read 1984. I started reading it and I was like, no, it was too dark for me at the moment that I was reading it. It was way too dark. I'm going to come back to it at a different time.
Moby Dick is interesting because it's not technically science fiction, but it does anticipate the existence of Wikipedia. So I would say there is no science fiction story that better anticipates Wikipedia than Moby Dick. Moby
Wait,
Dick. Okay.
How does Moby Dick anticipate Wikipedia? I need to hear this.
Okay.
Because that's the first.
So you know how you might go to look. Okay, you know how you might go on Wikipedia to look up something about give me a topic that you might look up on Wikipedia.
Biscuits.
Biscuits, right? So you go to load the page on biscuits, and then they're just like, this is a disambiguation. The British also might call these cookies, or, you know, or for American cookies, see this, right? And then you click through to that, and then it's like, oh, hey, there's a whole thing about raisins, because sometimes people put raisins in biscuits. But only when they're cookies. And then you go and you read about raisins for a little bit, which are a type of dried grape in California. And before you know it, you're reading about the California gold rush and the difference between panning for gold and using more advanced mechanical trough system, right? But you started with biscuits, and now you're reading about the California gold rush and San Francisco and Levi's denim, right? This is how the story of Moby Dick is told. The guy starts off and he's like, hey, what up? It's your boy Ishmael. So I just got on this boat and you won't believe what happened. And all of a sudden it goes wildly off track because he's just like, okay, so the ship, attached to the mast were 2 boards that the sailors could cling to after they climbed the rigging. This is not a crow's nest. Let me tell you about crow's nests, though. And then he has 6 pages of describing how, John Crow invented this thing that was used on certain types of vessels in this one part of the world. They're not really useful on whaling ships. But anyway, that was a bit of a digression. The entire book of Moby Dick is written like somebody at a party is trying to explain something on Wikipedia, and you know, when Doc was describing the dog's back line, and normally we interrupt Doc all the time, but we're just like, wait, let him finish. No, I want to see where this is going. The whole book of Moby Dick is just this guy trying to tell this story about a time he went on a boat and being distracted by oh, and here's what we know about whale skeletons. Here's 15 pages about whale skeletons. Anyway, what?
Every single person, including myself, who has ADHD we relate to this so much.
Everybody says, I want to change my vote to Moby Dick. Yeah.
That's exactly how I tell stories.
Also, I have a beautiful hardcover of Moby Dick that I got from a Kickstarter by Evan Dom. So I could actually read it with that book up on a stand. Oh, okay. Instead of using the online version. And I mean, it does fit with the Hermits doing nautical stuff this season. It sounds like everybody... Okay, you know what, NJ?
What?
I'm taking this off my checklist. Okay. Where was this on my checklist here? Okay,
I don't know where you put it on your checklist.
I had select next novel. We're checking that off.
Yes,
Moby Dick.
Done.
Moby Dick starting on Saturday.
Yay!
Okay, I'm going in here to the calendar, and I'm putting in Moby Dick and Terraforming.
Yes.
Okay, we're getting stuff done tonight, folks.
Yes, okay. I am so proud. Get it done.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Moby
Saturday's
Dick
gonna be wild.
And Terraforming.
Yes, it'll be a whale of a time. YouTube chat, best
okay.
comment right there.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, I've got tears. This is great.
Nymph says, would the published version be safe? Would be under different copyright law. The version that Evan Dom used a public domain. So Evan Dom is an illustrator. And so he published a public domain copy of the book and added his own illustrations in.
Beautiful.
But the book as written is still the public domain original text. It's not like he retranslated the text in any way. So
it is safe for
it's
safe for
safe to
public
read.
consumption.
Good. Okay, so I'm getting on board the
Oh.
nautical train. Choo choo.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the sea train. Okay.
Come along the train and ride it. Choo choo.
Yeah, somebody says, what's the name of the artist who did that? Evan Dom Moby Dick Tumblr. Let me see if I can find.
This is such good news. I'm tempted to break out my cowbell.
Okay, I'm going to post a link to this. MobyDickIllustrated.tumblr.com.
Woo!
Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. I was in the wrong Discord chat because I was talking to NJ and getting... Sorry, I was not trying to be rude to you guys. Wow, there's like 800 messages here. Wow, okay, I'm so sorry, everybody. NJ sent me a link, and I didn't click back over. Badger said that Love Tropics is indeed the first weekend of November. About 45 minutes ago.
I already put it in the doc.
Hey, Mailman Dave. Hey, Nola. Hey, Toxic Glitter. Sorry, y'all. Woodland Juliet. Apologies. Okay, yeah. Mailman Dave apparently appreciated your boyish mail. So, yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to try and do those with absolutely zero music so we don't get the copyright strikes on the VODs.
Yeah, that's why there's no music now.
Yeah, that's why there's no music on this stream, because we've been having a lot... The YouTube algorithm used to only do copyright checks on VODs if you were in ads on them, which I never did.
Yeah.
And so it was generally... It would... Or they would sometimes do it, but it was always like intermittent, like if they had extra capacity. But now they're running them on every single thing I do, and so
that's obnoxious.
I'm getting a lot of problems from that. But I don't want to stop doing music on the live streams because I love my music. It's like, given the choice between removing the music from every live stream and only removing it from ones where we absolutely need to save the VODs, like these quarterly planning ones, that's 4 times a year. The Saturday thing, we can avoid, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pick the voices. Okay, so actually, yeah, let's go ahead and new task.
Yes.
Voice planning for Moby Dick.
Okay. And I will put Moby Dick in other. Moby Dick reading.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay. I'm feeling really good about this. This has been very productive. We're only an hour in.
We are.
So yeah, let's continue to look at where are the gaps in our grid here.
We've got they're kind of scattered.
Yeah.
I can see that we don't have a March benefit, and I would say that's not applicable because there's nothing really.
The thing the event that I'm gonna be doing in April when I'm ready to announce it. I'm gonna be talking about that in March. So you could put TBA pre-marketing. Yeah.
TBA April marketing. I'll do that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's fine. And there are no meetups planned in March.
No meetups planned in March.
Okay, so that's going to be an NA.
I mean, there's basically no meetups planned all the way through July right now. I was hoping to talk to... The big problem is for me, I can't commit to anything until I know when the wedding's going to be.
But, yeah, I'm right there with you.
But I know Beef wants to do some IRL TCG stuff.
Oh, delightful.
Well, I mean, it is, but like he's been wanting to do that for a long time, and we still haven't. This is one of those things that's always on the to-do list, but like everybody's too busy to get it together. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that. And but I don't want to offer to ask him to, or I don't want to offer to help with anything until I know my availability, right?
Well, that's more than fair because you don't want to be that person who commits to something and then realizes, oh crap, I have to bow out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's definitely a thing.
You wanna make sure you're being respectful. That's more than fair,
Yeah.
and I think it's understood. So, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Okay. So let's think. I guess to some degree that the question is like, oh, what are we missing for the next few months? But honestly, between building shops for 3 collectives,
Mhm.
breaking ground on the museum itself and opening the Tough shop, and then
Mhm.
the water tower and the Bell Labs Road and other terraforming, so that we can do the ribbon cutting June 1st or
Yeah.
early June. Not necessarily June 1st, because June 1st I'll be moving probably, like, or around then.
You have the ribbon cutting in July
Or oh yeah, yeah, do I?
because you have the
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, then.
You have the okay, yeah, you have the Belt Road completion in
And
June,
then ribbon
then
cutting in
you
July.
have the ribbon cutting in July because you've got potentially moving or the move itself happening between May and June.
Okay. So yeah, I feel good about this, and I feel even better now that we've got the novel chosen, because that was going to be one of those things that was going to hold me up. Um, Professor Fox says, "Does the person you're talking to have a YouTube channel?" Yes, NJ does have a YouTube channel, which I have just linked, but NJ doesn't post there super often, so I'm also going to pull up NJ's Twitch real quick.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
I
normally we do
appreciate
this
that.
at the end, but since people are asking,
That's really
um,
appreciated. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, so I would make videos very sporadically from the Shamblecraft server, and then after I switched jobs 2 years ago, a lot of my free time for, like, the back end stuff stopped.
hmm
So, as I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I just couldn't find the time to, like, pick it back up again. But, but I do stream 2 to 3 times a week, so,
Woo.
yeah.
Yeah, traditionally
I do
Sunday
what I
morning
can.
you do Sagrada, and then what evening
Yes.
is it? Tuesday or Wednesday that you usually do Minecraft?
I usually try for Tuesday, and if I have a fraternity event,
hmm
'cause I belong to a fraternity, then I move it to Wednesday.
Great.
Yeah.
Micah B says, "I just got here. Is that a joust?" Yes. We are currently 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/joehills and YouTube super chat. So, thank you for asking. Yeah, we met at a convention called Too Many Games, held
Mhm.
in Forks, Pennsylvania. It's right across from Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I thought it was called Oaks.
Oh, it might be. It might. Oh, it is Oaks, Pennsylvania. Why have I been saying Forks? I don't know. Sorry. Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know. Which is weird because I
That
just
could
I just
be.
made myself tater tots for dinner. I was like,
Either that or you're just like, "Oh, wait, I have to load the dishwasher."
The dishwasher's
Or
broken. I need to
or
hand wash all the dishes. I was just about to
or
start hand washing the dishes when my alarm went
or
off, and I was like, wait, how is it 8 o'clock already? Oh, the time changed. All the kitchen clocks are an hour early.
it could also be, in your closing theme,
Yeah,
it talks about the forks from dinner, so that
yeah,
could be it as well.
that could be it.
Yeah. But yeah, we met at that convention, and then we hung out again at PAX Unplugged later that year,
hmm
and we just ended up becoming friends.
Yeah, and NJ did a great job helping manage the Draw for Charity charity event. And I was like, oh man, the things NJ is helping Pasta with are very similar to things I need help with my business. I should hire NJ to help me with my business. Okay.
And yeah, so we've been at this now almost 4 years, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yay.
Yeah, I like
Uh
helping you out.
yep. So let's
Yeah,
quickly we've got
yeah.
if you wanna look through there. Are there any more gaps? Have we knocked out the entire quarter? If so, I feel like this was like record
Um,
time, which makes me worry that I've missed something, but maybe we're just more focused today than usual because I've actually been forcing myself to get sleep so my back heals.
well, I'm proud of you for getting extra sleep and taking care
Yay.
of yourself. Always wanna make sure you do that.
Yeah.
Chat, make sure you're taking care of yourself too. Um, so March is completely full.
Mhm.
The only thing missing from April is other.
Well,
And
other is
that
always kind of just a generic notes column.
mhm,
That's okay that April doesn't
okay.
really have anything up.
May doesn't have anything for celebration. Um,
Yeah,
and
well, that's
you're
okay.
not the you're not the type of person who would, like, do a stream or something for, like, I don't know, like, Cinco de Mayo. It's
There's not really a hook for that.
well, I mean, I celebrate it, but that's my birthday, so
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's more like showing up for your birthday charity stream though at that point, like
yeah, which I have no idea what time of day that's going to be because I'm so accustomed to having them happen during the week that
uh
having it on a Sunday completely threw me off.
no, that's
2
fair.
of 2 of my stuff this year is on a Sunday, and I'm like, "Oh, what do I do?" Um, then in June, the thing that's missing is
Yeah, let's work
benefit.
forward a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, okay, so yeah,
but
that's
you have pride mentioned, so if you wanted to do something, like, smaller or bring awareness to something, that could be something that we can talk about. Because our next planning session would probably be in June.
here's the thing is
So
I'm what I'm looking for in terms of charity stuff for
mhm,
that
or
window
yeah,
is I don't want to organize anything myself because I'm also going to be helping plan a wedding and a
yes,
honeymoon. So,
okay,
like, what I think we want to look for is if anybody we know is doing a charity event during that time, and
um,
it doesn't come, and it's not at the same time as the wedding, I offer to help them. But I feel like leaving
sure.
that one blank until we know what the wedding timeline looks like makes a lot of sense. Having
That'll be my
fun?
recommendation as well.
Yeah. Squirrel
Go
Girl
for it.
says, having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Having fun isn't hard when you got a library card.
Oh,
Mother's
poor
Day in
yeah.
America. That's true. I probably do need to make plans to see my mother that weekend.
I
Um,
will put that in for you.
so, oh yeah, that's dependent on though if I have a car or if my parents want to
I
drive
know.
up here. Um, I talked to somebody who buys cars at auction, and we're gonna
Oh, okay.
if any cars come up
Mhm.
in the next few months, I'm gonna try and bid on those. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like we're looking for something that's well maintained, high mileage, um, and
Mhm.
at a good price, and that's three things that you don't get very often.
No, not
Uh,
really.
but like I said, well, at least it's high mileage rather than low mileage. So we're looking for something with over a quarter
Yeah.
of a million miles in order to keep the price down. But it has to be something that's provably reliably maintained. Because Badger's not going to be want to be walking 10 miles down the side of the interstate because I cheaped out on a car. But Badger also doesn't want us to not have a car because I could never raise enough money to buy one. So I'm trying to thread the needle on that. So that might be a few months before we find something in that sweet spot because
Mhm.
we don't like it's kind of the same thing like NJ, you heard that I finally got a bedroom set and all I had to do
Yes.
was wait 4 years for a friend to be throwing out their bedroom set. Like it's possible to get things cheap if
Yeah.
you're not in a hurry, and so I've kind of started the slow burn process on that. And it's
Yeah.
like if it goes on too long, I might have to find a way to pay more, but I'm already like we're very finance constrained. Just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat.
You
Uh,
just read my mind.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just like with us right now, there's just a lot of different, plates to be spun and like
Yeah.
chainsaws to juggle, and it's a delicate balancing act. So, you're doing the best that you can.
Yeah. Edward Bentel says, "Can you drive a stick shift?" No. And honestly, I'm like, I get really stressed out while driving anyway.
Mhm.
Especially like not the last time I drove, but like
Yeah.
my last car got totaled in an accident that I was driving. And it doesn't make me say like, man, I really feel like I want to have a car that's harder to drive after that accident. It's like, no, give me one with all the baby safety features. Like, you know, maybe if my car had like made more noise as somebody was about to rear end me, I could have gotten out of the way. Probably not. Like this guy came out of the hill from nowhere, but like
Mhm.
came over the hill from yeah, but like I I because whatever car I buy is also going to be the car that my daughter probably learns to drive on.
Mhm.
Um I
That's an
really
extra
I
layer, yeah.
yeah, cuz like I had my last car for 15 years. I'm probably going to have this
Mhm.
one for 8 or 9 even if it's already 10 years old. I realistically I don't live the kind of lifestyle where I can expect to buy a car every 5 years or 10 years. It's going to be every 15 to 20. I'm not I don't know.
But at
So,
the same time, you do take very good care of your cars.
yeah. Well,
Um, yeah. Looks like there are a couple of people in chat who are asking about why the eye.
oh yeah, the camera gets larger when people tip. We are currently $15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. So if anybody would like to show the newcomers how the camera gets larger, that is how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And the song is playing in my head. Yay. Good song too. Anywho.
um, Mahi Zero says I would look at minivans. Yeah, well, one thing we're looking at too is because Badger has mobility issues. Badger's not wheelchair bound 100% of the time, but if we're going someplace that would involve a lot of walking, it might be necessary. So, like when we go to museums and stuff, we'll usually check one out. We're probably going to end up just buying one to keep in the car. So, it needs to be a car with enough cargo room that we can keep a folding wheelchair in the back. And so
That's smart.
yeah, but it also drives up the price because like
Of course,
a
yeah.
2008 Honda Odyssey NJ. You know what a Honda Odyssey is?
Mhm.
It's a minivan. 2008. That's now
Let,
16
let's
years
say
ago.
I do. Yeah,
Okay,
let's say I do. Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
a 2008 Honda minivan, no
Mm-hmm.
backup camera because it's from before 2016, with
Yeah.
100,000 miles on it. How much?
Uh-huh.
How much do you think this 2008 minivan costs?
In
If
this economy,
Yeah, in this economy, like this is literally one that I was looking at buying last week, and I was like, I can't afford that.
13.
It was 10, but still,
Eh,
yeah, it's like,
this is why I'm glad I don't drive.
yeah, it's not great.
Hi, Pool Shark Wizard. Welcome in.
Hey, Pool Shark Wizard, I used to hang out with Pool Shark Wizard at PlayOnCon. Any chance you're going to be back there in Columbiana, Alabama this year? Also, thank you to Alexandria for tipping 15, who says, hope you can find a good car sometime. Stream tip. So here we go. Please direct your attention to the screen because I am about to expand Jost. That's right. Every time we hit a tipping milestone, the camera gets larger and also slightly more transparent. That's going to drop our Joe Pasty down now to 24%. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and NJ. Wait, sorry, I'm reading. Why am I reading NJ Coffee? Why am I saying NJ Coffee Junkie? It's because somebody wrote NJ Coffee Junkie. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Dang it. Yeah. Charbucko says, who is NJ Coffee Junkie? How did they become a project manager? Well, that's out of scope. We're managing projects, not dealing with biographies here. Just accept that part and move on.
Oh my goodness.
But
Give us a few minutes. We'll give the short version of the
yeah.
story. All
Mailman
right.
Dave says he's surprised that it was only 10,000 for that car. The problem is, that's great if you have 10,000, but I don't. So yeah, it's I don't know. We're gonna have to see how things go the next few months, but I'll probably have to take out an auto loan. I've been trying to rebuild my credit. I stopped borrowing money after I paid off my student loans. And apparently if you stop borrowing money,
Mhm.
they hold that against you. And they're like, well, you're clearly untrustworthy because you haven't borrowed money for 10 years or something stupid. So I've been, over the course of the last year, I've been slowly rebuilding my credit. I had to get a secured credit card, which is where you put down $300 and then you get a credit card with a credit limit of $300. And they hold on to your $300 so you can't flake on it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so I'm borrowing $300 from myself in order to build my credit. So I used that card for a year. And then after that, I was able to take out a small personal loan, and then also get a normal credit card. So I'm hoping that in the next 3 to 6 months, that will have rebuilt my credit enough that I can actually take out a real car loan. But after being out of debt entirely for years, it's kind of stressful taking on debt again. But at the same time, I feel like I owe it to my future spouse to have a way to get us around town, given
Mhm.
those mobility issues. Um, okay. So we've got a tip rolling in here for 25 from Lorux. Thank you, Lorux, for that. That's going to get us 5 past our next face camera expansion milestone. Lorux writes, this is for you being you. So here we go. Expand Jost. Do.
Hi, Lorix. Good to hear from you.
Oh, is that somebody you know?
Yeah, they I see them in like other Hermit streams and Evil Notion streams on Saturday nights sometimes.
Oh, very cool. Well, thank you very
Yeah,
much, Lorux. Um, yeah, the American style credit score system is problematic.
I'm well,
Um,
Lorix.
okay, so let's see. What are we? So we were talking about gaps in the upcoming quarterly schedule.
Yes. So anything that has the word benefit, which indicates charity,
Yeah.
we're leaving
Well,
that blank.
yeah, we're gonna come back to those after I know where the wedding stuff is gonna be at.
Yeah, and I think that's why July and August are mostly empty
Yeah,
because we're
that's
not
a
sure
big,
about that time frame.
yeah, because that's
There's
like
yeah,
optimal, like, yeah.
yeah. There's nothing in September yet, but I think that's okay because we can revisit this in June.
Yeah, because if we're doing this call, here's one thing that we try to do is we try to schedule these planning calls after we kind of have the next big question sorted for the
Mhm.
upcoming quarter. So we waited
Yeah.
to have this call until I had finished my taxes the other day
Yep.
so that I could figure out what our budget looked like and where the business stood on, like, how screwed are we? Which is, it turns out, not. Yay!
Mhm.
The amount I
Yeah.
paid in quarterly taxes was almost the exact amount that I ended up owing. So I was a little worried, like, well, what if it turns out we're $4,000 behind or something? You know, how is that going to
That
play?
yeah.
So, nope, we're on
That's an
track.
absolute relief. Thank
Yeah, huge
goodness.
relief, huge relief.
Yeah.
But so the big question, I don't, basically, the big question we have to have answered before the next quarterly planning meeting
Mhm.
is, when's the wedding? When is
Yeah.
Badger immigrating, and when is the wedding? And once we know that, we can frantically plan everything else. But until we know that, we're basically going to have the same amount of knowledge we have now.
Well, thankfully, if needed, I'd be able to come help.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have enough PTO and I actually did check the yearly calendar so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken really no days off. I think the next day I'm taking off is the 25th of this month because it's our anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
The 2 weeks from today.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
for you and Vin.
Yeah. Not Shoken, just making it
Yeah. No,
clear.
not Shoken. Manatee, aka Manatee Gag in this. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Uh,
I'm not sure if he's listening in the other room or not. He usually, has gives privacy. If I'm, like, streaming or something, he won't
mhm.
watch.
No, that's fair.
I'm like, "Okay, you do you."
Yep. So, yeah, we've got. So, if we wanted to try and schedule this next quarterly planning thing, yeah, 3 months from now would indeed be June. But we don't know when the honeymoon or the wedding is going to be, so I don't want to pick a date right now.
Nor should you.
I
You
think
need
that
more information.
realistically, we should probably plan this next call for.
Yes.
You know what? Is this stupid? What if we plan to do this next call when you're here for Play on Con? If you're flying down for Play on Con anyway, we could just do this in
Um,
person in the studio.
we could, but that's actually something that I need to talk to you about
Okay.
because my coworker's off the same week.
Oh, so
So
you
if
might
I
not be
was,
able to come down. Okay.
I'd be able to come down the week after.
Well, we could do it the week after Play on Con then, because the Play
I
on
think.
Con is definitely not going to be the same week
Wait.
as the wedding or the honeymoon,
No,
because Corinne's going
hold
to be
on.
gone at her mom's at that time.
Yeah, give me.
So
All right,
we,
hold on. Let me. Um. Yeah. Let's talk about that offline
yeah, that's fair.
because Vin's birthday is also the week after Play on Con, and
Oh,
I
well then
refuse to be out of town for that.
I
So
don't
we'd have
blame
to
you.
talk
That's a
about it.
very fair thing to prioritize. So yeah, we'll talk offline.
Yeah, we'll talk offline about that. But I do
Okay.
like the way I do like the way we're thinking here. And we'll definitely talk about that more. We've been going now for about an hour and a half. I'm just gonna check on your like hydration. Do you need a drink or anything?
I
Are you
mean,
good?
I was actually thinking we might be ready to wrap up here. Like this feels like a very
Which is also fair.
it feels like we've got what we need to get done. And I
Okay.
have about 3 hours of footage I need to go through for the next episode. I would love to get that out tomorrow or Wednesday, and the earlier that we wrap up
Mm-hmm.
here, the more
That's
likely it
fair.
is that that gets out sooner. So yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
why I mean, yeah, I think we spent the last 20 minutes basically going over are we missing anything, and I feel like
Yes,
we've covered that pretty well. Real quick,
we did.
let me do last call for tips. Thank
Okay.
you very much, Polaris North Star, for the 5, who says, finally have the chance to tip after watching for over a year. Here's a tip for all the fun videos, and thanks for all the streams you provide. Appreciate it,
Woo!
Polaris North Star. We are now
Yay!
10 away from the next Face Gamer expansion milestone. We're going to hang out for another 5 minutes or so to give everybody a chance to get those last tips
Mm-hmm.
in. If you've enjoyed the stream, NJ is a paid employee, and it would really help me defray the costs of having
Mm-hmm.
NJ on the show if people wanted to
Yeah.
tip.
I'm
Or not
I
employee,
I'm
paid
I'm a
contractor. I
paid
need to make that
contractor.
legally clear.
Yes, legally
Yes,
clear.
thanks.
I'm a paid contractor, but I also do this because it's a lot of fun. I love helping organize and stuff like that, and I love helping my friends. So it's like the best of all the worlds. And while people are waiting for tips, usually when you take a hydration break, I usually let the chat kind of quote unquote go wild and just ask a bunch of questions, both serious and silly. So if you'll indulge me, they're welcome to do that while you're like carving up this mountain.
Okay, chat, you've got 3 minutes. Go, go, go. Any
Go for,
last
go for broke.
ask questions with short answers. Short answers. Rapid fire questions for NJ Coffee Junkie.
All right. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you, chat.
Yeah, y'all can do it.
Opinions on onions. Can't eat them. They turn my tummy inside out.
Boo.
But I love onion rings. What's the best wood for a chair? The sturdiest kind.
I was gonna say
Least favorite.
cherry.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Least favorite time of day. Early morning. I love sunrises, but not getting up. How do I take my coffee? With milk and sugar. Can I solve a Rubik's Cube? No. Favorite genre of film? Comedy. Which coffee do you junkie? Either Many Worlds Tavern or Stream Treats. Silliest thing I've ever scheduled for someone? Nothing silly. Best MTV Unplugged album? Nirvana. What animal do you really want to see in person? Cows, of course. Pineapples on pizza? No. Melons with grains. I have no idea what that is. I love pancakes. I'm from New Jersey. Pick a card, any card. Ace of spades. Dinosaurs or sharks? Sharks. Jalapenos? Love them. Burns my mouth inside out. Coffee or tea? Either. Coffee in the morning, tea at night. Let's see. Do I stream? Yes, I do.
I posted a link because I saw that question.
Thank
At
you.
twitch.tv/NJCoffeeJunkie.
Favorite song? Metallica's Escape or Mudvayne. Oh no, Incubus's Dig or Mudvayne's Happy. All heavy metal. Have I been to the NJ Elephant? I think I have. Do I like birds? Yes. Frog or toad? Frog. Cats or dogs? Dogs. I'm allergic to cats. Pork roll or Taylor ham? Excuse me, sir. It's Taylor ham. But if I'm in Central or South Jersey, it's pork roll. Oh, thank you, Lorx. That's very sweet of you to say. Keep them coming. Come on. You're too slow for me. You're too slow. You're too slow.
You're getting questions in the Discord too, NJ. I don't know if you got that up.
Favorite charity, American Heart Association. But I will support mostly any. What is NJCoffeeJunkie's favorite season? Autumn, because that's when National Coffee Day is, September 29th. Vault Hunters when I feel like playing modded. Best flavor of ice cream, chocolate. Favorite fast food franchise, Wendy's. Favorite TV or Netflix show, ER. Rare, medium, or well done, medium. How did I get into freelance project managing? That is not a quick question. Whisper me and I will answer that. Favorite fossil, the ones I find in Animal Crossing. What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything? 42. Do I fear anything? I fear big spiders. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I know the answer to this, but I haven't watched Monty Python in a minute. Somebody answered it in the Twitch chat. Second favorite book suggestion, The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Thoughts on Rats for Pets? You do you. Europe or Asia for vacation? Europe, because I have a lot of friends over that way and I want to see them. Been overseas, not really, but I want to go to England and Norway. Best New Jersey food, anything from a good diner, especially Tops. That's the best diner in the country. Definitely go, but make an appointment, like a reservation. Favorite smell for a candle, gingerbread. Top or bottom? Yes. Of the cupcake, yes. Rambo or Rocky? Rambo. Infinity or Mending? Infinity. What else? Ever seen a peace lily plant? Yes. Is Central Jersey real? Yes. Favorite flavor potato chip? Cheddar and sour cream. Why New Jersey? Because I live here. And I love it. Do I watch the other Hermits? Heck yes. I think I got them all.
Okay, great. We've got speaking of things we've got a tip that rolled in. See, this was a worthwhile use of everyone's time to give chance for those last minute tips to roll in. Let me go ahead and read who that is from and what we have received here. We got 15 from Brett. That's going to get us 5 past our next Face Gamer expansion milestone. Here we go. Expand Jost. Alrighty, lowering the Joe Pasty now to 16%. Thank you, Brett. Brett writes, tipping for NJCoffeeJunkie. I get the importance of having a project manager. Love getting to make your night live streams after work when I can, and occasionally get to see the arts and crafts streams with you and Cleo. Thanks for the show. Well, thank you very much, Brett, for that. That gets us now 15 away from the next expansion milestone. We're going to see if any other tips roll in before we wrap up. Let's see. So, NJ, in addition to twitch.tv/NJCoffeeJunkie, which I'm about to post again,
yes.
What other links do you have? Anything else that you want to promote? Anything else you're working on right now that you would like me to get the word out there for?
I actually have a link tree.
Oh, you should be a VIP and able to post that in the Twitch.
I have to go. I have to go get it because I don't have it handy.
I hope you have a wheelbarrow for that whole tree.
Yeah, I decided to make a link tree. Twitter, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Threads.
Okay.
I have 2 YouTube channels and I've got like other stuff. But I can never remember it all. I also have my own Discord.
Yeah, let's get those links out there for people.
I'm working on it. I gotta remember where it is.
I believe.
By the way, if you hear snapping fingers, that's it's how I cope with my ADHD. It makes me remember what I'm doing. It kind of snaps me into focus. Social. Where is
mushroom?
These aren't in alphabetical order. Why aren't these in alphabetical order?
Practice.
I just put literally one of the things that I had to do this Manatee to put all of his stuff, like his PS2 and 3 games in alphabetical order. And so I did, and it took me like about maybe half hour, 45 minutes. And It was a whole thing. So that's all the info you need right there. I don't think I can do that on YouTube.
Okay,
But if it
I
did,
can
it
post it
did.
on YouTube real quick for you.
Yeah,
So
that's my link tree and my Discord. Yeah, my community plays Among Us every. Joe's working on tearing down a mountain. Among other things.
Yep. We were just knocked out our quarterly planning meeting. Thank you so much, NJ. We're a little bit past 10 o'clock here, so I think it is time for us to wrap up so I can go edit. Until next time, y'all. Oh wait, I forgot we gotta raid somebody. I always forget that raiding exists. It's one of those things, they only added raiding to streaming in the last like 10 or 12 years, and I'm just not used to it yet.
Let's see.
So let me see.
Liara's doing an After Dark, I see. Racy Ham?
What game is it?
Liara's
I don't know what that game is, so I'm not gonna. I don't like raiding games I'm not familiar with.
That's more than fair.
Yeah, let's go ahead. It looks like Mia the calligrapher is playing some
Okay.
Minecraft. Why don't we go ahead and raid Mia? We're gonna make sure this is muted. /raid calligrapher. This is not gonna be a family-friendly stream we're raiding, so if you need family-friendly stuff, go ahead and leave before the raid. Anyway, our raid message when we get over there is, howdy y'all, Joe Hill's raid here. Anyway, thanks again, NJ. Any final words before we raid?
Be excellent to yourselves and to each other, everyone. See you soon.
And keep adventuring, dudes!